Subscribe to our channel by clicking the subscribe button. Click the bell button and enjoy the latest uploads from our channel.
वर्ल्ड 11 के कप्तान और कोच इस वक्त प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करने के लिए यहाँ पर मौजूद हैं। एंडी फ्लावर कोच और वर्ल्ड 11 के कप्तान अब से कुछ ही देर में प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करेंगे।
Mr. Plessis will make the opening statement and then we'll open the floor for Q&A. Thank you.
वर्ल्ड 11 के कैप्टन और कोच अब से कुछ ही देर में प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करेंगे। इससे कबल चेयरमैन पीसीबी नजम सेठी और आईसीसी ऑफिशियल जाइल्स क्लॉक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस कर चुके हैं और अब यहां पर पहुंचे हैं वर्ल्ड 11 के कैप्टन और कोच जो अब से कुछ ही देर में प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करने जा रहे हैं। एंडी फ्लावर जो कि कोच हैं इस वक्त मीडिया से बात कर रहे हैं।
And play some great cricket in front of the Pakistani people. We as the World 11 would also like to offer our sympathy and condolences to all those who have lost loved ones in terrorist acts in Pakistan. As you all know, this has been the reason for international cricket staying away from this great cricketing nation. Ladies and gentlemen, the World 11 comprises some of the most respected cricketers of this generation. All these players have already been overwhelmed with the appreciation and the support they've received from the people of Pakistan for their decision to tour Lahore. These cricketers are here to play their part in the safe and steady return of international cricket in Pakistan, so that the enthusiastic and die-hard fans and followers of Pakistan cricket can once again start watching their stars and their heroes in their own backyard. The World 11 is fully backed and supported by all the test-playing countries, all the professional cricketers' unions, as well as the ICC. This clearly demonstrates the unity within the cricket family, as well as the cricket fraternity's long-standing resolve and commitment to help one of its key members, which has been unable to host international cricket since 2009 for no fault of its own. In this background, Pakistan reaching #1 in the ICC Test rankings and winning the ICC Champions Trophy 2017 is an amazing effort. This reflects the strong cricket heritage, culture and talent in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, the World 11 looks forward to celebrating the resumption of international cricket in Pakistan with the people of Pakistan by playing some competitive and we hope some very entertaining cricket over the next few days. I'm sure that our international stars will return home with happy memories from their trip to Lahore and at the same time will leave behind a legacy of cooperation that will help Pakistan build its cricketing future. On a more personal note, I have a strong bond with Pakistan, having toured here with the Zimbabwe cricket team in 1993, 96 and 98. Of course, the 1998 Test in Peshawar stands out for me because we won it, and it's not often a Zimbabwean cricketer says that, and that helped us win our maiden Test series. The weather helped us just a little bit too. The next two tests in Lahore and Faisalabad were all smogged off. I'd have to also mention the series, which of course Pakistan won. But Pakistan was a great supporter of Zimbabwean cricket in those early days in the early 90s, and I really appreciate the opportunities that helped create for me and the other cricketers in Zimbabwe. My personal bonds with guys like Mushtaq Ahmed and Muhammad Akram, and my brother's experiences with the Pakistan players make it particularly special for me to be here. I'll now hand over the mic to Plessis, the South African and World 11 captain, to say a few words, and then we'll both be happy to take your questions.
Good morning, everyone. Very well said there, Coach. Just from a personal note, it's obviously a huge honour to be here with everyone today. I think it's fair to say that this will be the first time when we actually come in to play cricket for something that's much bigger than the game itself. So just to represent the team on behalf of the World 11, thank you for your hospitality, and we look forward to what will be a great week of cricket, and one day we can all look back into this great week that we were all part of.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Faf. We'll take the questions. Please raise your hands. We have got mics. Introduce yourself and then ask the question. First one.
Hi, Daniel Rasool, ESPN Cricinfo. My question's for Faf du Plessis. Faf, there's a very heavy South African contingent to this World 11. Why do you think South Africa specifically has been, and the South African Cricket Board's been so generous in sending a lot of its top quality players for this tour?
Must be because we've got the best players in the world after Pakistan. It's obviously to do with the fact that we've got a bit of free time available now, so it's a nice opportunity for our international players to get some cricket in. And yeah, that's a great reason why we're big supporters of this whole cause. As I said, it's not every day you get an opportunity to play in something that is much more just about yourself and your own team or your own country. This is the cricket game in general, so we're very fortunate that we can play a small role in that.
My name is SN Iftikhar Nagi. I'm from cricinfo.com. Andy, my question is from you that you have only one genuine pace bowler in Morne Morkel in the World 11 side. So what's the reason behind it? And Faf, how do you plan to use him in these conditions?
Well, in putting the side together, we had to take into account some of the series that are currently going on, or indeed some of the big test nations that are preparing for important series. And of course, those FTP commitments took precedence. So in selecting the side and finding out the availability of those players, you know, quick bowlers don't grow on trees, and they aren't freely available. So we've put together a really talented squad. Yes, it might lack a little out-and-out pace, but that's not everything. We have other very canny and skillful bowlers that we hope are going to put the Pakistan team under a lot of pressure. So we're confident that we're going to use them pretty well.
Yeah, hopefully the wickets play slow, so then our bowling attack would be very good. Yeah, your question regarding Morne, he's obviously a very, very dangerous bowler with a new ball. So hopefully he'll be a guy that can get us a few wickets in that power play, and then depending on how well he goes, you can go a little bit longer with him.
I would also like to point out that we do, I will remind you that we've got an Australian fast bowler in our ranks, and combined with two very skillful leg spinners, and then some of the medium paces that you know about, and all-rounders in the middle. I think we can offer the Pakistanis a good challenge.
Gentleman on the right.
Hello, I'm Saeed from Abtak TV. My question is from Andy Flower. Sir, why there is no Indian player in World 11? Did you approach any?
Yeah, I mean, that's a very fair and obvious question to ask. We took the decision that in the short space of time and available to us to put together an international side to play the Independence Cup, and given the level of political involvement that would be necessary to get Indian players over here and playing, we thought it was simplest to select from the other major test nations.
Yusuf?
Yusuf Anjum from Express News. Mr. Faf, hope you must be satisfied with the whole arrangements. Would you like to come with the South African team here after this tour?
Hey Yusuf, yeah, for now this is obviously a very personal decision for players to come over and play cricket here in Pakistan. When it comes to playing for South Africa, that's not a decision that I make. That's a decision that the people, the powers, maybe the boards, obviously the president, the coaches, that decision will have to be made by them. But in the short term, obviously, there's no scheduled tournament for South Africa and Pakistan to play each other, only in South Africa. So I'd assume that the next guys that will come here, I'll be done by then because I'm too old.
Shahid?
Faf, how have been the last 24 hours, the arrival, the sleep in the hotel, and were there any afterthoughts on where I am going?
Look, I mean, obviously, when this whole thing came about, there was, you do think about that side of things, but as soon as we spoke to the people that was in control of the the security, the planning, everything. As a player, all you want was that peace of mind, and they gave it to us. So they were very confident that this will be smooth sailing. So as soon as we got onto that plane, those thoughts were gone. We just wanted to get here and experience what was going to be something that was going to be a huge turnaround in world cricket. Yeah, and the last 24 hours has been exciting because, I mean, the excitement of last night is not something we, as players, get to do normally, you know, getting a private chauffeur off the plane. So we felt like we were in a movie.
Adris Malik from JAG. Faf, my question is to you. Do you plan to play PSL 3 edition after this successful tour with World 11?
The biggest challenge with that is our schedule. You know, someone like myself who play all 3 formats for South Africa, we don't generally have a lot of free time. So whilst I'm still playing 3 formats for South Africa, the challenge would be to get time to play in the PSL. But definitely when I'm not available to play for South Africa, I'll definitely consider coming to play in the PSL.
Sanaullah?
Sanaullah, Dunia TV. Although it's a very tough decision, but what thing convinced you to come to Pakistan?
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously a few factors. As a professional sportsman, the money that you do get paid does play a role. You can't hide away from that. And as I said in my opening statement, as a captain, you always look for things to try and to leave your mark in what you do in a team. And I thought this was a great opportunity when the coach phoned me and he said he wanted me to captain the side. In a few years' time, when I look back at my career, it will be nice to look at ways of where you had your footprint in the game of cricket, whether that be in your own team and South African team as a captain. But this will certainly be something that in a few years' time, when I sit down with my family, this will be something that I can say it was a huge honor to be a part of that. And that for my own leadership will stand me in good stead. So I'm very thankful for that opportunity to grow myself as a leader, to captain different players, some guys that I haven't played with. But certainly looking back on my career, it will be great to say that I made an impact on trying to get cricket back into Pakistan.
Ehtisham?
This is Ehtisham from 92 News. Andy, you have entertained Pakistani cricket fans in the past with your great innings, we remember. And you have done, again, a good job for the Pakistanis to bring this World 11 here in Pakistan. Can we expect in future you will continue to do like this, more things for the Pakistan cricket?
Sorry, what was the last part of your question?
Would you continue in future to do more services for the Pakistan cricket?
Look, as I said in my opening statement, I have some strong connections with Pakistan cricket, and I appreciate fully some of my past experiences, both in Pakistan, but also playing against Pakistan in various places around the globe. I also had a really enjoyable month with Muhammad Akram and Peshawar Zalmi 2 years ago, which was great fun. And I made some good friends with some of the coaching staff and some of the young players. So who knows about the future? I think the important thing about this trip is that it's a first step in a lot of ways. And I think, I think we'd all be quite wise to look at it like that. First step in a revival of international cricket coming back to this country. And for me personally, it's another step in creating some really good relationships with some good people. Thank you.
Yaqub?
And Mr. Faf, I have a question for you, that your team is looking strong against Pakistan, but there may be a challenge for you to be adjusted with the local conditions in such a quick time. And how you see, how much you are confident about the victory of your team in this series under these circumstances?
Yeah, sure, good question. I think the conditions, the players' capabilities and class that we have in our team have played a lot in different conditions around the world, so they would be experienced enough to deal with it. I think our biggest challenge and probably the strongest benefit that the Pakistan team has is they're a team that travels together, they play together the whole year, they know each other's games very well, they know exactly what to do. We're a team that comes together from different parts of the world. We've only been together for a day or two, so for us it would be kind of important how we could make that process as quickly as possible to try and gel as a team, and that will be the biggest challenge for us. I think the conditions, like I said, we have played in the IPLs, all of us, for lots of years, played international cricket all around the world, so it will be interesting to see what the wicket plays like, but that decision you make on the day when you play.
Daniel.
Andy, I wondered about the role that your brother Grant played in convincing you and the World 11 side to come here. Could you shed some light on conversations that you had with your brother who's been